Section 65 of A Thousand Things Worth Knowing. This is a Librivox recording. All Librivox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit librivox.org. A Thousand Things Worth Knowing by Nathaniel C. Fowler, Jr. Drowning. Another method. Another simple method of restoring breathing, one that is being rapidly adopted, is that known as the Schaffer or prone method. It has the great advantage that it can be performed by one man alone. This method has just been endorsed as the preferable one by a commission representing the American Medical Association, the National Electric Light Association, and the American Institute of Electrical Engineers. First, lay patient on stomach with his head to side and withdraw his tongue, which itself then will hang out if teeth are held apart with a small object. The operator then kneels astride the patient's thighs and with his hands across the lower ribs swings his body back and forth rhythmically, pausing about 2 seconds as his weight falls upon and is removed from patient. This movement is to be continued at the rate of about 15 times a minute. To prevent drowning. The human body weighs, in the water, about 1 pound. That is, it is approximately 1 pound heavier than the water which it displaces. A stool, chair, or small box or board will overcome the tendency to sink and will keep the head above water. The feet and the hand which is not clinging to an object should be used as paddles. Everyone should learn to swim. If he can take only a few strokes, the chances of death by drowning are small, for he is likely to be able to reach something which will support him. So much do I believe in the necessity of knowing how to swim, that I consider it a crime not to understand this art. Electrical accidents. Immediately shut off the current, but do not handle the wire with your naked hands. If rubber gloves are not handy, cut the wire with an axe or knife, with a piece of woolen cloth wrapped around the handle. If you pull the sufferer away from the wire, do not touch him with your bare hands, but cover them with woolen cloth, or wear rubber or woolen gloves, or remove him by the use of a rope. The ordinary electric shock will not cause death unless the patient continues to receive it. Summon a doctor at once. Place the patient in the open air with something under his shoulders. Loosen his clothing, open his mouth, and pull out the tongue. Clear the mouth from saliva. Force air into his lungs by pressing the base of the ribs about once in 4 seconds. Then attempt to resuscitate him as you would a drowning person. Emergencies with children. If the child suddenly suffers from vomiting, purging, or prostration, send for a doctor at once. In the meantime, place him in a hot bath and then carefully dry him with a warm towel and wrap in warm blankets. If the hands and feet are cold, apply hot water bottles to the feet and hands. A poultice made of flaxseed meal, 3/4, and mustard, 1/4, should be placed over the body. 5 drops of brandy in a teaspoonful of water may be given every 15 minutes. For sudden diarrhea, administer 1 teaspoonful of castor oil or of spiced syrup of rhubarb. Allow the child to drink freely of cold water that has been boiled. Always summon a physician. End of section 65.